If you are over 60 and taking vitamin B12 every day, stop for a moment and listen carefully. This is a question that comes up almost every week. I take B12 faithfully. Why do I still feel tired, foggy, dizzy, or notice numbness in my hands and feet? Not long ago, someone asked this exact question. They had been taking vitamin B12 for more than 7 years. Their blood tests looked normal, yet their energy was declining, their balance felt off, and their memory was getting worse. What surprised them was this: they were not lacking vitamin B12. They were taking it the wrong way. New research shows that one very common B12 mistake, especially in adults over 60, can block absorption and silently damage nerve function. In this video, I will explain that mistake, why it is so often overlooked, and how to take vitamin B12 the correct way so it actually supports your brain, nerves, and long-term energy. Before we go any further, leave a comment with your age and where you are watching from today. Are you taking B12 but still experiencing fatigue, brain fog, or numbness? Write your answer below because your experience helps others. And hit that subscribe button because videos like this are shared every week to help you stay healthy after 60. Most people believe that if their blood test shows a normal B12 level, everything must be fine. But in adults over 60, that assumption is often wrong. Vitamin B12 is essential for nerve function, brain health, red blood cell production, and energy metabolism. Without enough usable B12, nerves begin to malfunction. That is why early symptoms include tingling in the hands and feet, balance problems, fatigue, memory lapses, and brain fog. Here's the problem. As we age, our ability to absorb vitamin B12 drops sharply. By the age of 60, more than half of adults have reduced stomach acid. Stomach acid is required to separate B12 from food and supplements. Without enough acid, B12 passes through the body unused. This became clear in one case involving someone in their early 70s. They complained of burning sensations in their feet and frequent dizziness. Their B12 level was checked and came back technically normal. They were told nothing was wrong, yet their symptoms continued to progress. What most people do not realize is that a standard blood B12 test does not show how much B12 is actually entering your cells. It only shows how much is circulating in the bloodstream. In older adults, B12 can appear normal on lab work while the nerves are still starving. This is why so many seniors take B12 for years and feel no improvement. Now let us talk about the second mistake, and this one is extremely common. Many people take the wrong form of B12. If you look at most B12 supplements on store shelves, you will see the same name again and again: cyanocobalamin. It is cheap, it is stable, and it is the least effective form for older adults. Cyanocobalamin is a synthetic form of B12. Your body must convert it into an active form before it can be used. That conversion requires healthy liver function, proper enzyme activity, and adequate antioxidant support. In adults over 60, that conversion process often slows down. This pattern shows up repeatedly. People take cyanocobalamin for years. Their blood levels look acceptable, yet they continue to experience numbness in the fingers and difficulty walking. When they switch to an active form such as methylcobalamin, the difference becomes noticeable. Within weeks, balance improves. Within months, numbness decreases significantly. Research shows that active forms of B12, such as methylcobalamin and adenosylcobalamin, are absorbed and utilized far more efficiently in older adults. Another critical issue is dosage timing. Many seniors take B12 once in the morning and assume that is enough. But B12 is water-soluble and cleared quickly from the bloodstream. In people with absorption issues, a single daily dose may not provide sustained levels for nerve repair. There is also a dangerous misunderstanding about injections. Some believe B12 injections are the only solution. In reality, injections can help in severe deficiency, but they are not always necessary. High-quality sublingual B12, taken correctly, can be just as effective for many seniors. Sublingual forms bypass the stomach and intrinsic factor, allowing direct absorption through oral tissues. This is especially important for adults with low stomach acid or digestive problems. The key point here is simple. If you are over 60, swallowing a standard B12 tablet may give you normal lab numbers, but it may not protect your nerves. Now we come to the third mistake, and this one surprises most seniors because it has nothing to do with dose or form. It has to do with timing and consistency. Many people take vitamin B12 only when they feel tired. They skip days, they stop when symptoms improve, then restart weeks later. Nerve tissue does not heal that way. Vitamin B12 is not a stimulant, it is a repair nutrient. Your nerves require steady daily access to B12 to rebuild damaged myelin, the protective coating around nerves. Intermittent dosing interrupts this repair process. This pattern shows up often. Someone takes B12 only on days they feel exhausted. They feel slightly better on those days, but numbness, balance issues, and memory problems never improve. When B12 is taken consistently every day without skipping, symptoms begin to stabilize. Over time, tingling stops progressing. Balance improves gradually. Another overlooked issue is taking B12 at the wrong time of day. Many seniors take B12 late at night. For some, this interferes with sleep. Poor sleep raises cortisol, increases inflammation, and slows nerve repair. For most seniors, the best time to take B12 is earlier in the day, preferably in the morning or early afternoon. This supports energy and nerve function without disrupting sleep. Hydration also matters more than most people realize. Vitamin B12 works inside cells that depend on proper fluid balance. Chronic mild dehydration, which is common in older adults, reduces nutrient delivery to nerve tissue. If you are taking B12 but rarely drink water, your results will be limited. Finally, many seniors take medications that interfere with B12 absorption or function. These include acid blockers, metformin, and certain antibiotics. This does not mean medications should be stopped. It means B12 support must be adjusted. By this point, something important becomes clear. Most seniors are not doing one thing wrong. They are doing several small things wrong at the same time. Each mistake slightly reduces the benefit. Together, they can completely cancel out the effect of vitamin B12. Now let us walk through the correct B12 approach for adults over 60. First, the form matters. For most seniors, the best options are methylcobalamin, or a combination of methylcobalamin and adenosylcobalamin. These are active forms that the body can use immediately. Avoid relying only on cyanocobalamin, especially if nerve symptoms are present. Second, delivery method matters. If you are over 60, swallowing a standard tablet is often not enough. Sublingual B12 placed under the tongue and allowed to dissolve slowly bypasses many absorption barriers. Third, dosage. For nerve and brain support, low doses often fail. Most seniors need higher amounts to overcome absorption problems. A common effective range is 1,000 to 2,000 micrograms daily. Some need more at first and less later for maintenance. Vitamin B12 is water-soluble, and excess amounts are safely excreted. Fourth, consistency. B12 must be taken every day. Nerve repair is slow. Improvements usually appear over weeks or months, not overnight. Fifth, timing. Morning or early afternoon works best for most people. Avoid taking B12 late in the evening if it affects sleep. Sixth, supportive nutrients. Vitamin B12 does not work alone. Folate and vitamin B6 are often needed for full nerve support. High-dose folic acid should be used cautiously. Natural folate or methylfolate is usually better tolerated. Seventh, monitoring progress. Do not judge success only by lab numbers. Pay attention to symptoms, less numbness, better balance, clearer thinking. These changes matter more than a number on a report. There are cases where lab values change only slightly, yet walking improves, falls stop, and confidence returns. That is real progress. It is also important to understand one critical truth. Vitamin B12 is powerful, but it is not magic. There are situations where B12 alone will not fully resolve symptoms. Long-standing nerve damage is one of them. If nerve compression, spinal degeneration, or diabetes has been present for years, B12 can support repair but cannot reverse severe damage quickly. Blood sugar control is another key factor. High blood sugar directly damages nerves. In people with prediabetes or diabetes, nerve symptoms may persist unless glucose levels are addressed. Inflammation is another silent blocker. Chronic inflammation interferes with nerve signaling and nutrient delivery. Poor sleep, chronic stress, and inactivity all increase inflammation. When these issues are ignored, B12 works harder and delivers less benefit. Misdiagnosis is also common. Not all numbness, tingling, or weakness is caused by B12 problems. Conditions such as spinal compression, carpal tunnel syndrome, or other forms of neuropathy can mimic B12-related symptoms. This is why persistent or worsening symptoms should always be evaluated properly. More supplements are not always the answer. Here is a simple example. Someone became frustrated and doubled their B12 dose after reading advice online. Symptoms did not improve. Further evaluation revealed nerve compression. The nerves were being physically affected. No amount of B12 could fix that. Once the correct issue was identified and treated, B12 became supportive instead of disappointing. Now let us bring everything together into a clear action plan. If you are over 60 and taking vitamin B12, this is what matters most. First, stop focusing only on lab numbers. A normal blood level does not guarantee healthy nerves or brain function. Pay attention to how you feel over time. Second, use the right form. Choose an active form, such as methylcobalamin or a combination with adenosylcobalamin. Third, choose the right delivery method. Do not rely only on swallowed tablets. Sublingual B12 allows absorption without depending on stomach acid or intrinsic factor. Fourth, take an effective dose. For most seniors, 1,000 to 2,000 micrograms daily is a reasonable starting point. Some may need more at first and less later. Fifth, be consistent. Take B12 every day. Nerve repair is slow and steady. Sixth, take it at the right time. Morning or early afternoon is best for most people. Seventh, support the process. Stay hydrated, manage blood sugar, improve sleep, and reduce stress. These factors determine whether B12 can actually reach your nerves and brain. Eighth, know when to look deeper. If symptoms continue to worsen, do not assume B12 is the only answer. Seek proper evaluation. One final thought before we end. Many people believe B12 does not work for them. When routines are reviewed closely, nothing is technically wrong, but nothing is being done correctly either. The wrong form is used. Tablets are swallowed that are poorly absorbed. Doses are taken inconsistently. Success is judged only by lab numbers. When just a few things change, the form, the delivery method, the consistency, the results can be dramatic. Feeling steady again, trusting your balance, not losing words mid-sentence. That is the difference between taking a supplement and using it correctly. If you are over 60, vitamin B12 is not optional. But how you take it matters more than most people realize. Take a moment tonight to look at your current routine and ask yourself one simple question. Is this actually supporting my nerves and brain, or am I just checking a box? Before you go, comment below with your age and where you are watching from. Share what form of B12 you are taking and what changes you are planning to make. If this helped you understand something important, share it with someone you care about. Many seniors are taking vitamin B12 the wrong way and do not know it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more health guidance designed specifically for seniors. Remember, B12 matters after 60, but only if you take it correctly.